YouTube, and welcome back to my kitchen, or welcome if you're new here. The Super Bowl is coming up. My husband has kind of requested I have a little buffet of snacks and appetizers, so I thought I would show you a few of my favorite ones to serve at any kind of party gathering. And the first one is a sausage puffed pastry. It's not all that complicated. I feel like no one uses that puff pastry that's there in the freezer section, and it's so versatile and good in so many things. So stick around and I will show you how to get started. Alright, to get started with our sausage puff pastry rolls, we're going to need 1 pound of sausage. Now I've chosen the country mild. My husband and I just like this. If you like hot sausage, feel free to get explorative. That is completely up to you. Work with what you've got. I just kind of slice mine down the middle and try to get all of that sausage out of that roll. There we go. Alright, for this project you guys might want to have a pair or set of gloves on you. Just because it's a little messy, we do end up touching raw meat. I don't have a problem with it, but trying to film while cooking sometimes can get messy, and I don't want to mess up my very nice camera. Alright, so 1 pound of sausage of your choice. 1 egg to combine it. I'm just going to crack my egg. There we go. 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. Now I have just plain breadcrumbs. You can certainly use flavored breadcrumbs if that's what you like. This recipe is so versatile. You can do a plethora of different flavors. I've chosen ranch, just a package of the ranch salad dressing mix. Try to get all that out of there. That's the flavor. Alright, I have 1/2 cup of Colby. It's Colby Jack cheese. It's just simply what I had on hand. If you like cheddar, mozzarella, get creative. And I've also chosen to put in 1/4 cup of the freshly grated Parmesan cheese. It was on sale this week. That's kind of the only reason I have it on hand in the fridge, and I thought it would be tasty in this recipe. Alright, at this point, you literally just get your hands dirty and start mixing that up. Try to make sure all of those ingredients are well combined. Kind of knead it like bread, or even like meatloaf or meatballs. Just kind of make sure that they're all combined well in there, as best you can. I figured for Super Bowl Sunday, we're all going to be looking for kind of finger foods, appetizers, you know, party dishes, something that'll feed a crowd. And these are always pretty tasty, and I never have any leftovers, so I thought, why not share them with you guys? Alright, these are pretty well combined. I'm going to take my gloves off and I will come back and show you the next step. Oh, this is always so yuck. Alright. Okay, at this point my sausage is combined. I have a box of this. It's the Pepperidge Farm puff pastry sheets. I'm not sponsored. I just really like the product, and I've made quite a few pretty good treats with this stuff, and I feel like it's overlooked. It's in the freezer section. It wasn't my grocery store anyway, so if you have trouble finding it, check in your freezer section. Anyways, it comes with 2 sheets just like this, and what you want to do is let it thaw to room temperature, and so it makes it kind of pliable and easy to use. It's almost like pie crust. And at this point, I have a baking sheet underneath my, or like a silicone baking sheet underneath my cookie sheet. So I'm not going to press down all that hard. I just want to kind of separate the puffed pastry dough into 3 equal sections. Once I've done that, just kind of take, I have my mixture here, my meat mixture. Just a little bit goes quite a long way here. You're gonna want to take the meat and just kind of line it all in like a row here. See, I ended up getting my hands dirty. I have one clean hand to turn off the record button. It's okay. Try not to overfill it. I'll show you what I mean in a minute, because we're going to want to take these sides and pinch them together like this way. Alright, and you don't want it to kind of get goopy and overfill, and that's not the look we're looking for. Alright, now we just kind of, this can get tricky. Just have patience. Just kind of roll it over onto itself this way, and then roll it back over this way. I'm hoping this is picking up on camera. This is not complicated. I don't want you to not do it because you think it's complicated. At this point, you just pinch the pastry dough together on its end and it'll kind of create like a log. Make sure it's well pinched together. You don't want your bottoms to bust open. And at that point, I roll it over so the pinched side is down, and I kind of press it down a little bit. That'll kind of help secure those pastry bites. Alright, I've got my knife here. I'm just going to try to make equal portions here. It doesn't have to be perfect. I like to cut mine about 8, get 8 out of a log. You just want to bite. Go. You know, a pizza cutter might work fairly well here as well. Alright. Alright, I have my 8 pieces. Get that out of the way. Try to leak out. Alright, at this point, let's poke a tiny, use a fork. I just like to poke 4 holes kind of in the top of the pastry for ventilation. So that way we don't get kind of raw sausage in our pastry bites. That's not what we're looking for. Alright. And then to make them really, really pretty, we're going to take 1 egg, just crack it. We're going to make an egg wash. Just going to scramble it real quick. And to this, you add just about 2 tablespoons of water. Alright, my water is in there. I've got a pastry brush on hand. If you don't have one, I have in the past just used like a paper towel and kind of blotted. That'll work. And you just brush the tops of your puffed pastry bites. And that'll make it really, really pretty. It doesn't really do much for taste, but it sure makes it pretty. Alright. At this point, I'm going to transfer them onto another baking sheet because I don't want that egg wash to, well, you know what? I think this is going to be fine. Let's wing it. Let's see. You're going to want to take your pastry pieces about 2 inches apart from each other. And that way they don't kind of stick and get all messed up. And then we're going to put them in a preheated 425 degree oven for about 20 minutes. You're going to want the golden, or the tops of your pastries to be golden brown and look delicious. So I will bring you back when these guys are out of the oven. Alright, we are back. My pastries have just come out of the oven. They are ridiculously hot. I'm going to let them cool just for a minute or 2 on the baking sheet before I transfer them over. Now I have a sheet here that's already, well, not a sheet, I've transferred them already onto my serving dish, and they're already done. They're cool. I've already sampled one. They're delicious. You will like these. They're great to stand on their own, but they also go great with a dipping sauce. I'm using just a honey mustard sauce today, but you can certainly get creative here with whatever it is that you would like them to be paired with. Let me get a spoon real quick. I'm just going to make a quick honey Dijon dipping sauce for them. Now this is purely to taste here. That's how I kind of make my sauces sometimes. You just kind of start adding and subtracting and just kind of figure out what you want it. Now if you like it more spicy than honey, then sweet, add more mustard. If you like it more sweet than Dijon-y, add more honey. Now I would make a much larger batch here of dipping sauce, but my husband actually doesn't care for sauces all that much, so it's kind of just me. I feel like that could use just a bit more honey, maybe a little bit more Dijon too. I love Dijon mustard. I bought this about a week ago, well maybe more than that, a couple weeks ago, and my husband didn't realize it was Dijon mustard, and he made a sandwich the other day and kind of lathered on that mustard like he normally does with regular mustard, and whew, his eyes watered first bite into that sandwich. Alright, that looks pretty good to me. But there you have it. It is easy to make. I think they serve a crowd really, really well. A little bit goes a long way. 1 pound of sausage and 1 package of the puffed pastry. And I've still got one more batch to go other than what you see here. And it's on the serving platter. So I got one more batch to go. It'll serve quite a few people. If you like today's video, please give me a like or a thumbs up. And if you like what I do here, feel free to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. I will see you in the next one, guys.